So today you're going to learn about how to be a coach. So I handed out a paper to everyone. And at the top it says, so you want to be a coach 101. Okay? So it's like you're taking an entry-level class, right? Which means a beginning level type class. Okay? So the first thing you need to do in your groups is you come up with a group name. Okay? Not yet. Wait till I tell you to go. Okay? You will come up with a group name. I want it to be appropriate, but I don't care if it's a sports team or just something funny. Okay? Everybody give me 5. Be quiet. I didn't say go yet. Okay? True. Okay, so you'll come up with a group name. You also need to put your actual names on the paper under your group name. So I know whose paper is to pass back, right? Okay? So the reason you're doing this, if you want to follow along, so the directions are, imagine you have been assigned the tough job of coaching a team this year for Buell Youth Sports. Let's say you got an email that said, Dear Coach, today you have been awarded the great honor of leading young people on a journey of athletic excellence. As you know, coaching is a tough job and Buell Youth Sports needs your help. You and your team of coaches will need to develop a coaching plan by using research materials. You will need to find one book. I'll hand out the books with your specific sport that you pick. You will draw. You don't get to pick your own. Okay? Then you will read 2 articles that are on this paper. You'll read 2 articles on your Chromebook, and you will have to find some answers in those articles. Okay? Once your research is complete, you will develop a coaching plan, and you will create a poster that I will display in the gym. Okay? So today we're going to go over to get our coaching plan kind of organized, and then next week you will create your posters. I'll bring paper for that. Okay? Everybody give me 5, be quiet. Okay, so, put your hands down. Raise your hand if you have an idea of what a coaching plan might be.
Oh, no, I don't.
Jojo.
To make them laugh and exercise before they do anything?
Yeah, but, okay, let me explain what a coaching plan is. So, put your hands down. So if I'm going to coach, so I'm the head baseball coach, right, for Buell High School. When I go to practice, I write down a plan of the things I want to do at practice that day. So I don't just show up and go, what are we doing today? Looks like we're going to warm up and stretch a little. We're going to throw a little, and after that, I don't know what we're going to do. Because that's a bunch of wasted time, right? Yeah. So if you have a coaching plan, you write a plan of how you want to be coached. Think about some of you who have played sports. You've played soccer, you've played basketball. You played football, you might be in wrestling, right? When you show up to practice, you like things to be organized, right? And move along smoothly. Does that make sense? You don't like your coach to stand around for 15 minutes trying to decide, well, what are we doing next? And then you wasted 15 minutes. Then you do a little drill for 10 minutes. And then he's like, oh, I don't know what to do next. And so you waste another 15 minutes trying to decide, then you do another drill for 20 minutes, and pretty soon practice time is over, and you really haven't learned anything, right? Because most of your time has been spent with your coach trying to get organized. So that's what a coaching plan is. You come organized to the game or to the practice, right? Okay. So the very first thing I need you to do is, if in your team, whoever the reporter is, you're going to, right here it says essential question. Does anybody have an idea what an essential question is?
I have no idea.
Okay. Give me 5. Be quiet, please. So an essential question is a question you would have where you really want to know something. So, like our essential question today is, what makes a coach a good coach? Okay? How does a good coach prepare a coaching plan? So that's what we're going to learn. You're going to So the very first thing I want you to do in your groups, and I need it to be relatively quiet, but you're going to have to talk amongst yourselves, is you're going to answer that question. So it says, as a team, discuss the essential question and write down what you think the answer is before you begin to research. So I want you guys to try to answer that question. What makes a good coach a good coach? And how does a good coach, create a coaching plan? Does that make sense? Okay, so in your groups, get ready, go. You write that down. If you need help, you're going to write it right on those lines. Hey, work together. Don't just, you're going to write it down in that space. You don't need to get close. You need to tell your recorder. So you're going to write it in this space. Right? You're going to write your answers right there for this question, okay? Cole, you got your group is going to write it right there. Does that make sense? When you come up on those lines, so when you come up with your answer to that question, this question right here, what makes a good coach, and how does a good coach prepare a coaching plan? Okay? So whatever you think that is, if it's the right answer or the wrong answer, it doesn't matter. What do you guys think makes a good coach? That's why we have to work together, right? So listen, we are all going to be working together. So you all have to come up with what you think. You need to use everybody's ideas. Sometimes you're going to have the same idea. That's great. If you all have the same ideas, that means that's what you all think, and that's probably something you should write down. But if you don't agree, put it down. There's no right or wrong answer. Does that make sense? Okay? I just want you to work together. So remember, there's no right or wrong answer. It's what you guys think you need to write it in that space right there on those lines. This question right here. What makes a good coach? How does a good coach prepare a coaching plan? You write that on this line right here. There's no right or wrong answer. It's what your group thinks. Once we start looking through the books and we look at the two websites, then you'll find more answers. Does that make sense? Guys. So timekeepers, if you're the timekeeper for your group, we're gonna take about 2 more minutes. So right now it's 11:09. At 11:11, we are gonna stop. If you have any questions, please raise your hands. Everybody give me 5. Look up here real quick. Listen. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. It's what your group thinks is the right answer, okay? You'll just write down what you think, and then you will come back to it when you start doing your research. quiet. Hold on to your thoughts. If you're not quite finished, you can finish in a second, okay? So listen. So remember, we covered what a coaching plan is, right? It's just an organization of how you want practice to go. Tony, please. Okay? So your coaching plan is how you want the practice organized and what the things you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Think about your own experiences. Do you like a coach who just screams and yells and makes you run all the time? Okay, in your opinion. Other people have different opinions what a good coach is.
That's not a good coach.
Quiet. Okay? So, raise your hand if you know what research means. I didn't say speak out loud, I said raise your hand. Chaz. True, sit down on your pockets, guys. Sorry, Chaz. Can you start again?
So like when you get on your phone or a computer or something and you look up what it means or
What you want to know, right? It's where you look for.
like Google.
It's the knowledge that you want to learn, right, Eric? Yeah. Yeah. We live in a world where we can Google a lot of stuff, right? You have instant access if you have a phone or a Chromebook or a... Okay? So you can have instant access to a lot of things. Guess what? When I went to school, there was no internet. And I didn't grow that, so I'm not that old, okay? But things have just gotten better and better, okay? So when I was in school, we had to go to what you call a book. You had to go to the library and get a book off the shelf. You had to get books, okay? Yeah, the internet makes things easier. So, if you look at your papers, there's a place that says, in the research, you're going to take direct quotes, okay? Does anybody have any idea what I mean by a direct quote?
Nope, you heard about it.
I didn't say speak out loud. It's okay. Wyatt, do you have an idea?
Put it in quotation.
Well, it's when somebody says something, right? In a book. So, if I'm reading a book about football, and it's talking about how a coach is a good coach, or what they do, or the coach says, Jazz, writer. Give me 5 to be quiet. I need everyone to pay attention so we don't have to go over this 3 or 4 times, okay? So listen, when you find something that a coach says in a book, or somebody says about a good coach that they think makes a good coach, makes their coach good, that would be a direct quote. You'll copy that down and you put quotations around it. So watch. Everybody look up here. So if I said, hey, consistently being strict makes a good coach, I would put quotations here and here. That would be, and then I will write down, say I found it in a book on page 95. That's what I put. I copy that right onto my paper where it says, copy direct quotes here under research time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, before we can do any of that, we need to get our topics. Okay? So I want one person from every group to come here. Hey. I just need one person. Wyatt, can you go grab me that bucket off the back table, please? I need everyone to be quiet. So, hey. Get in a straight line right here, behind Tony. Go ahead and take one.
Get football.
You got one? Hang on. Hey.
Ladies first. Oh,
ladies
first. You got that.
Here, Tony.
Yeah.
Take that, put it with your, what do you get?
What did he get? Basketball. Soccer. They got soccer.
What you get? Okay.
What did you get? Football.
Track and field.
What's that?
Hey! Give me 5 and be quiet. Right here. Sit on your pockets. Okay. Listen. You get to choose. Okay? Okay, well we're gonna have to double up. Okay? So listen, at the top of your paper, I would write, look right up here. Hey, up here at the top of your paper, everybody look up here. Recorder. I don't have wrestling books. Recorders. Recorders. Everybody look.
Very cool.
Kaylin. Sorry. Okay, look. I need you to write what sport you got at the top of your paper so you can remember, okay? Because you're probably not going to hold on to those little sheets of paper. Right? Basketball. Right here. Okay, everybody give me 5, be quiet. Yes, at the very top of your paper. Anywhere up on the top. Just so you remember what sport you have. That's all. Give me 5, be quiet. Okay. So on this back table, I have, who has soccer? So there's plenty of, there's 3 or 4 books. There's one for each of you. Did anybody get baseball? You guys got baseball? So look, I only have 1 book. So you guys are gonna just, whoever can read the best or thinks they read the best. Who has basketball? Tony, come get this book. Give me 5 and be quiet.
Football, they do. That's too good.
Okay, you guys take 1 book. Listen. So after you're done going through the book, switch with the other group. Okay? Football. Troop. You hear me? Okay. Who has track and field? Okay. So now, everybody give me 5 and be quiet. What I need you to do is to go through the book and see if you can find anything that says anything about being a good coach or how to make a coaching plan, a practice plan, right? Okay? Okay, just work. Or how to play the sport that would give you a good coaching plan, like drills, things you can use. Listen, everybody give me 5. Okay? So when you find those direct quotes, remember, when you find those direct quotes out of your book, there's some spaces at the bottom. It says copy direct quotes here, includes page numbers where quote can be found. I want you to find one or two out of that book. Okay? And then we'll look at a website that you can find one or two more. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Go. That's the guy that invented this. That doesn't mean he's the best. It just means he came up with the idea, right? Right? You're looking for how would you figure out a coaching plan for someone who doesn't know how to play the sport? Give me 5, be quick. Listen, write it down on your paper. Pass it around. Okay? Yeah, wait. You're the reporter, so he's going to tell you what he wants you to write down. So make sure you're writing down things that would help you make a coaching plan, because that's what the sheet of paper I will give you next week, the big poster you make, that is going to be your coaching plan. Okay? Share the book. So what do you think would make a good coach? Just be nice. That's what he wants in a coach. Everybody's going to have a different opinion, right? Okay, we have about 1 more minute. Okay, then move on. Okay, you don't have to read every word. So, what would you do? Would you teach offense and defense? Okay, I'm pretty sure a good coach would teach, huh? I would say a basketball team always plays either offense or defense. So, first copy this direct quote right here. That would make a good coaching plan, right? If you're going to teach offense or defense. Are you sharing the book with JD and Eric? Okay, well, if you have something. Well, you're not looking for just quotation marks. But you're not just looking for quotation marks. You're looking for things that you think would make a good coach and would make a good coaching plan. That talks about what the shape of the football is, right? So what would you do on your coaching plan, Drew? If you were going to teach somebody how to play football, well, what would you teach them? Well, you haven't explained anything yet. What would you teach them in your drills? How to tackle. Okay? So that would be something you would put in your Riker. That's not, you didn't find that in here, right? So we're looking for direct quotes in there. So that's something you can put on your coaching plan, right?
We don't have anything about
Okay. Okay. So you might not find anything about how to be. Everybody give me 5, be quiet. Everybody look up here. You might not find anything about how to be a good coach in these books. Shh. You might, you know. But when we look at these websites next time, which they are on the bottom of your paper, I guarantee you'll find a couple things that talk about what good coaching is. Okay? Okay.